Hey, what's up? Gold Izzy here. I just finished watching WWE Forever 98's video about John Cena, and he mentioned John Cena's 5 moves of doom, and that triggered an idea in my head. So this video is going to be about some of the greatest wrestlers of all time having their own 5 moves of doom. Now the 5 moves of doom doesn't necessarily mean that they have 5 moves and then they do their finisher. It's basically a variation between up to 3 to 6 moves that they do before they do their finisher. Well, actually, it includes their finisher as well. But some of the greatest wrestlers of all time have done it. Bret Hart is he's the guy that started it all, pretty much. And his 5 moves of doom were the vertical suplex, the Russian leg sweep, the backbreaker, elbow drop from the second rope, and then he goes to the sharpshooter. And Shawn Michaels had his own variation of the 5 moves of doom as well. The Manhattan drop, flying forearm, or the flying burrito, whatever you want to call it. Scoop slam, elbow drop from the top rope, then to the sweet chin music. Of course, John Cena had the 5 moves of doom as well, which is what WWE Forever was talking about. His 5 moves are the flying shoulder block into the sit out hip toss, the side release spin out power bomb, 5 knuckle shuffle, then he goes into the attitude adjustment or the STF, whatever he decides to do on the end finisher. Hogan was notorious for the 5 moves of doom. His 5 moves of doom always started with his comeback after he was getting his butt beat, and they were where he would shake off his punches, off the opponent's punches. He would point, then he would block a right punch, block another one, then block another one. Then he would do the Irish whip into the ropes. Then he would give the big boot to the head, and then he would do the leg drop into the 3 count. Now Chris Benoit, the late great Chris Benoit, he was known for his moves as well. Rolling German suplexes. He would usually do 3 of those most of the time. Then he would do the swan dive, headbutt, and then into the crippler crossface. Now The Rock, he had a variation of his own of the 5 moves of doom. That was a running spine buster or scoop slam. He would do one or the other. Then a rock bottom. Then he would do the people's elbow, and that was it. Undertaker, he also had the 5 moves of doom. His was the snake eyes, the running big boot, the flying clothesline, old school, choke slam, then into the tombstone pile driver. And I can't forget Vince McMahon's most loved superstar, Triple H. His moves were the running knee lift, the face breaker on knee, the spine buster, then the pedigree. Now, for those of you who want to sit there and say, "Oh, it's tiresome to see the same old moves over and over again," you know, just keep in mind that the greatest wrestlers of all time have their own move set. Now, I don't know if these move sets are determined by WWE officials or if the wrestlers themselves get to pick those moves out. I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but the wrestlers have to do moves that they are capable of doing. Not every wrestler can perform every single move out there. So they do moves that they can perform safely, and they can perform effectively, and that they can perform to make it seem like it hurts, Because wrestling, of course, is scripted, and they're not out there to actually really hurt their opponent, They're out there to tell a story. So the 5 moves of doom are usually set up for that particular wrestler so that they can do a good show. So they can put on a good show. You don't want to get anybody hurt out there in the wrestling ring, so that's why you don't have wrestlers doing crazy moves that they cannot do properly. I think WWE Forever 98, his video about John Cena was fantastic. I'm not a John Cena hater. I enjoy John Cena. I think he does a great job for the company, And I've said it many times before in my own videos. You know, I'm not the biggest John Cena fan, but I have a respect for what he does. And sure, if he's got his 5 moves of doom, I look at that as a good thing, because to me, the greatest wrestlers of all time have their own 5 moves of doom, and that's not a bad thing. You know, to me, if you got your own move set like that, then that means you're an established wrestler. Say what you want to about it, but that's just my opinion. John Cena works hard. He does what he can to help push the business in the right direction. It might not be the right decision all the time, but he does what he's told, and he does it without complaining. Yes, I will agree that he is probably he is this generation's Hulk Hogan. He sells the merchandise. He sells out the crowds. He is the main event. Yes, he is. He always wins, but I'm thinking that that's gonna stop coming up real soon. So hopefully he'll be able to get some more losses. But you know, all you John Cena haters, that's fine. You know, that's what wrestling's all about. You got somebody you like, you got somebody you hate. That's fine. But you know, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan, but I respect what he does. I respect every wrestler for what they do. Some more than others, don't get me wrong. But the 5 moves of doom is not necessarily a bad thing. And just keep that in mind. Just remember, some of the greats of all time, they've done it before. And they still do it today. So, with that, I'm going to close. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and peace out.